Hey there, hi there, ho there, how you doing? My name is Anthony Gray. Welcome to another edition of Grayscale. We're going to do a pretty simple painting, one that I believe that most people can do rather easily. I'm going to pattern this after the painter that instructed me, Wilson Bickford. And check out his website. Absolutely gorgeous paintings. All right. This is an 11 by 14 inch canvas paper. All right. If you look down below, I have titanium white, yellow ochre, cad yellow, and cad red, medium. We're going to work on the sky. If you look down below again, I have vegetable glycerin and shampoo mix, which is I use in acrylic paint as a paint extender. And then of course the water right here. All right, back up to the board. I'm going to take the extender and I'm going to lightly coat the paper here. Now I've got the paper separated by some clear tape. You can use masking tape, doesn't matter. Now I may have put too much medium on here, so I'm going to scrape some of that off. It doesn't need to have that much of it on there. It truly doesn't. If you feel you've put too much medium on, you can always do one of these numbers and just wipe some of that away. I've put too much on. When the medium, this particular medium, gets in contact with air, there we go, we smooth it around. When it gets in contact with air, it tends to liquefy even more. I'm dipping into my titanium white. I'm down below here. And I'm just going to coat the bottom with the titanium white, because when I put the colors on, I just want them a little lighter, not so intense, which is the reason why I'm putting the white on. Let's start with the cad yellow. I did not clean the brush. I just need a little bit of cad yellow, not too much. And we're going to adjust. Now, certain colors that mix together have a certain type of look to it that people really tend to enjoy. Kind of sets a mood. All right, now I'm going into my yellow ochre. I'm mixing it right in with the yellow, just like so. I'm wiping it off on my towel here. I got a little much on there, and I'll just lightly blend it in. The more you blend it in, the more you use your X strokes, the more it blends in. Okay. Doesn't matter about the up top here, because I'm going to add in some cad red up top. I'll start some down here and I'll just put it in here. And I don't need much of the color, just like that. All right. Essentially some mop brush. It's just a hair makeup brush I got from Walmart. The medium on here is fairly wet still. Okay, and what I'm going to do is lightly blend that red in to the yellow ochre, and blend the yellow ochre into the red. And basically I'm going in circular motion. I don't want any stroke lines really, basically. Now as the medium dries, it gets a little tacky. You'll feel it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you kind of want it to dry rather quickly. I'm blending in the yellow ochre and the yellow itself. If you feel it's not intense enough, you can always add more yellow, or yellow and white, whatever suits you. So I'm just really blending all of this in, just like so. I'm going to dip in a little more yellow, or yellow and white. So come on back down here to the palette. I'm going to separate a little bit, get a little yellow and white, mix it in there, and put a little more of this love up in here, just to brighten it up a little bit, A little more titanium white, mix it into the yellow, just to brighten it up, certain spots. Your discretion, whether you want to do it this way or not, okay? No set rules, however you want your sky, okay? And just X strokes. It's all right. You see some of the streak marks, and that's fine. Trust me, it's fine. I might want to spot a little bit brighter. I'll put it right here for right now. That's all. Something like that. I'm going to go back into nothing but pure yellow. Just yellow up the bottom a little bit more. Just like that. Bring it up in to the red a little bit. Just to tone some of it down a tad. And remember, the medium still has the paint a little wet, so you can manipulate it, move it around a little bit. Okay, and we'll just blend some of that together, make it as smooth as possible. The next part will be particularly fun. Okay. All right. I have the camera situated a little differently, so hopefully my head won't be too much of a distraction. Okay. I'm going to get into, I guess I don't normally use black, but for this video, I'll use a little black here. You don't need too much black. Now the black is just used as a foundation color for what I'm about to do next. Okay. I'm going to get a brush that I have relentlessly beat upon. And if I can't find it, then I'll just substitute. I can't find it. Oh, Ross brush here. This will do fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some slight trees in the background here. Okay. So I'm going to dab, come on down here, into my black. Like I said, this is kind of a general painting that most people can do. And as you can see, I don't have it saturated on the whole brush, just one side of the brush. Okay, and I'll pounce the bristles into the canvas. All right, so I can have some odd tree shapes. We're going to make a nice tree line here, and I'll start at the top. Get some interesting tree patterns going here. Just like that. Have some come up above, just like this. Just tap. It's a slight tap. Now, I'm going to bring this in a little bit so you can see something. That's fine. Oh, you see all those shapes going on there? That's what you're looking for. Okay. That's basically what you're looking for. I'm tapping in more color, and you don't have to really press hard to get this effect. Have that one. Just simple taps. All right, just like that. Let me draw back a little bit so you can see everything. See the whole tree line here. Here. Okay, now since I am just tapping away, as we get toward the tape, obviously it gets a little darker. You're gonna need that dark, trust me. And basically, I'm just tapping in some more color. You just want this type of a dark, kind of a bottom edge here, where the land will meet the actually where the land meets the water. Yeah, it's just me just tapping away. Just need something solid. Also, because this is an 11 by 14 inch canvas paper, use brushes that are conducive to the size of what the board you're working with. Okay, I just need this. When I want dark, I really need dark. So there we go. So she's got to be pretty solid down there. All right, So that looks pretty convincing enough. And you see there's a little gap right there. You need that. Try not to get rid of it if you can. Okay. All right. I think we're good with that. Now, if you notice, I'll keep this brush right here. Now, if you notice, with the clear tape, the Scotch tape, I have established a pretty solid horizon line there. All right. And for those of you who are not constrained by time, obviously you can let it dry a wee bit. I'm just going to lightly peel off the tape. And as you can see, we have a fairly strong horizon line. All right. There's no medium on this half of the board. So let's pull this up a little bit. So we're going to concentrate here. It's fairly dry. We're going to get some medium, and we're going to put the medium here because we're going to get a reflection going. And we're going to use the colors that we have here. We're going to bring those colors down here. Now, in doing so, we're going to do some different strokes so it looks like the water's kind of shimmery and moving around, all that good stuff. Okay, but we're going to use the same technique. All right, so once again, back down here to the palette. We're going to dip into our medium. If you want the medium to be a little stronger here, this is where it would be okay. All right, because you're going to want the paint to move around to get the effect that you're looking for. Okay. Now remember, I am on a smaller painting surface. So even though I just piled it on here, I probably will take a lot of this off because this painting will run. The medium, as it gets in contact with air, it gets lucid a lot. So I may have put on a little much, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. Now, same colors. We're going to utilize same colors. Now you see, well, you don't see it. It's dark red on the bottom, and it's the Indian yellow, and then or the yellow ochre, and then the cad yellow. And so I'm doing it in stages, just like previous, just like that. Put it right in there. All right, I'm wiping the brush off after each pass. Also, now with the bright cad yellow, I'm going to take the yellow and I'm mixing it in with a little titanium white. Keep that brightness, and we're gonna go right here on the top there, right across the top, as close to the top edge here as I possibly can. Now remember, we're gonna work on. Don't worry about that. We're gonna work on just like that. Crisscross strokes. We can manipulate and move this stuff around, so it's okay. I'll put some of that red up in there, just like that. It's okay. And we're going to, well, first off, I'm just going to aim some of that upward like that. Aim it upward. All right. Clean off the brush fairly well, because we're going to do the same thing with that yellow. Aim downward. I'm going to bring some of that yellow downward. It's like so. And I'm going to go to the side. Go to the side. Get some of that moving there. Horizontal strokes. Okay. I'm checking it out. Bring some of that up a little bit more. And lightly brush it across. Like so. Getting a little bit of darkness down here. I still want a little deeper here. I'll brush it up a little bit. Just like that. And very light strokes. Just like that. All right. Much like that. Okay. Like I said, I'm not too worried about that stuff there. I'm not too worried about. You can just wipe that away. Okay, let's work on reflections. Let's go back down here. The same thing you've done up here, you're going to do down here, but we're going to add a little trick to that. All right, so let's get back to our trusty Ross brush. I'm going to tap in, come on down here. I'm going to tap in more of the color, more of the black color here. Still going to only use part of the brush here. All right. Okay, we're coming down here. Now, I'm turning the brush upside down and pretty much going to emulate what you see up top here. Where the bushes are getting a little large, and you bring them out, bring it downward. Essentially, you are just mimicking what you're doing. I was interrupted by a telecall, robocall, whatever you want to call them. Okay, we're going to continue on and vary your now. Don't be so get it as close as you can. Don't worry about trying to get it exact. That's what the what type of painting you're actually looking for. But basically, you're just doing a direct. Obviously, what I'm doing is I'm covering up the seam in between here. Get it as dark as you possibly can. Okay. Right up here in the middle. You can just add your horizon line a little bit later. You'll know where it is. But there you go. Instant reflection, yes. I'm cleaning out the brush once more. Pardon my head. Now remember, all this is still pretty wet. You're going to lightly, I must emphasize, lightly stroke downward. All right, we're going to get these guys kind of very lightly, just like so. Very lightly, trail some of that downward. Okay. Obviously, keep it as straight as possible if you can. All right, it helps. Trust me. And we're going to lightly go from left to right, very lightly. Okay. And lightly on the other direction, very lightly, bring it on across. If you want to make the brush strokes a little more narrow, you can do that also. Okay. Get the strokes, the strokes to kind of narrow themselves a little bit. Okay. But much like that. Very simple. And what it helps is it blurs the definition and everything from the bottom. Reflections. Get that a little bit of movement going on there. Okay. You can have some come out a little more than others. Okay, all of that adds to it if you like to do that. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Okay, the more you do it, the more it looks kind of shimmery and all that good stuff. Okay, just like that. All right, so far so good. Okay, let's take a we're going to take a small round brush if I can find it. There we go. This would be a number 8 round. Looks like this. All right. Here we are down the bottom here. All right. We're going to get a little bit of titanium white. Mix it in with the yellow. All right. A little more white than the yellow. And we're going to dabble in maybe a little bit of a sun, maybe right in here somewhere. Just a little dab of brightness right up in there somewhere. It's all right if it covers up some of your leaf pattern. All right, it's okay. go ahead, let it do what it's gonna do. You can get it a little bit brighter if you would like. I'm just gonna get it a little brighter. It's light tap, light tap. And we're gonna bring some of that right up in here. And we're gonna have it trail down a little bit. So we're coming down and getting a little bit of yellow and white. Right down in here. Just like that. Come straight down, get rid of the hair. Like that. Get rid of that little pesky hair. Make it as straight as possible if you can. Okay. Much like so. We'll bring this up and you can see this, alright. Try to get it as straight as possible if you can. Alright. This is very, very simple yet effective painting to bring about a mood. Okay. And if you would like, well, it would be best if you should. You're gonna go bring it this way, bring it out that way, you know, a little bit this way, a little bit out that way. I'll use the side of it. Okay. Look at that. Okay. Much like that. All right. See how simple that was? Okay. Well, I can take my finger and just smooth it out like so. Just like that. Okay. Let's get back up to the top here. It seems to be dry enough. And we're going to offer some highlights in there. Okay. Even some, maybe a few tree trunks in there. All right. We're going down below. I got the little palette knife. All I'm using really is the white and yellow mix that I've had before. I'm using the shortest edge of the palette knife. And we're going to treat this just like if we were using the long side. And you're just going to kind of pop in some cute little trunks in there, here and there. Come straight up. Now, if the paint is a little wet still, you can also use the sharp end of your blade and just put them in there like that. Okay. So I'll use that. It's quicker. So we're kind of on time limit here. If you notice, I'm adding a little more where the sunlight is. All right, and you can stagger them a little bit as we go on. As we going on down the line here. That's what I'm trying to say. Something like that. You can bring them down below if you would like. If they're crooked, you go in the opposite direction. Okay. Now, as I'm doing this, we're going to still add the reflections even to this. All right, you'll see. Very lightly, you're going to bring away some of that along, just like so. Bring some of the color in there. It tones down color a little bit, just like that. All right, but you still pretty much see them. Okay, we're going to take the long end of the palette knife here. Come on down here with me. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of red. Mix it in with the titanium white. All right, and give it a nice firm press, and you're going to bring in the horizon line in. Look at this, instant ripples. Okay, it's your choice of how strong you want the ripples to be, whatnot. All right, It goes right across. Let's move this up a little bit. You see, it just nicely goes on across. All right, we're gonna use a little, I guess I'll use a little bit of this yellow ochre. Some white here. Lighten up the ochre just a little bit. Bring it out. Come on down here. Nice little swipe across. Now, we're just gonna touch up here. Get a slight little touch here. Looks like little ripples and all of that. Angle your brush where you get some of the paint coming out. Just like this. Very effective painting. A couple of taps will do. Obviously the concentration of this stuff is where the sun is. Now remember, the paint is still rather lucid. It's moving around, so just be aware of that. And you can bring some of these guys around just like this. Trail it around. You're not looking for a perfect line because it looks more like ripples. All right, we'll come on the other side. We do a couple here too. All right, get some more color. It's on the tip of the brush here. I don't know if you guys can see it here on the lower screen. All right, we'll come down here, add a little here, break it off, and bring some across here, like so. All right, let's get a little more titanium white. We'll brighten up some of this yellow ochre. I'm just too lazy to get the cad yellow back out, which is why I'm using yellow ochre. There we go. Bring some around here, right across. All right. Let's get a little more white and yellow ochre mix. We'll just bring some around this way. So if you're a starting painter, this would be a perfect painting for you to get your feet wet, I guess you can say. A little something right here. And a little something here too. All right, we're gonna have something in the foreground there. Okay. All right, not too bad. Let's go up here where these clouds are. The sky is somewhat passable. It's okay, it's cool, you know, blah, blah. It's all right. We're going to put some darker clouds in there. But I guess I want these clouds a little more defined than the puffy stuff that I'm usually known for doing, okay? Well, I think I'm gonna use a filbert. All right, I'm gonna use a number 8 filbert here. Let's come down here to the palette. As you see, I got a little bit of red. I'll put it right here. And I'll use a touch of black in that red, darken it up a little bit. Get some yellow ochre, put that in there. Okay. A little more black. I'm going to deepen that up a little bit. Okay. I probably am going to need some help here. Let's get some phthalo blue. I want it much darker than that. That just turns out to be a grayish brown, and that's not what I'm looking for. Get a little phthalo blue in there. Actually, let's put the phthalo blue right around here too. Now I'm going to use phthalo blue in red because it gives me a beautiful deep maroon color, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Just like that, stir it right around. Okay, let's come back up here. We're gonna come up here, we're gonna put a couple of rounded, something like that, and we're gonna we're gonna tap some of that up around in here. And we're going to tap out that bottom a little bit, just like that. Have it kind of straggle on here. but keep it fairly dark. All right, we'll bring one down here. Just tapping in some interesting little cloud shades. But I'm keeping the clouds fairly shaped. We'll bring one down here. We'll kind of fade that out. We'll bring one down in here somewhere. And a little more of the dark. Kind of want it a lot more solid than that. We can have it kind of like that. Something like so. Come right off the top there. Checking out your paint. Now I just cleansed the brush a little bit. I'm gonna soften up some of that bottom there. And it's just me just rubbing down the bottom a little. Soften up the bottom a little bit. Your discretion. If you don't want it that soft, don't do it. Okay. A couple of wisps of color in there. Just like so. Up to you how you would like it. Okay. And that's enough of the filbert right now. All right. Let's take a well, it's another filbert, softer filbert. Come on down here with me. And we're going to get a little bit of this yellow and white mix. Very soft. I want you to see what we got here. See that? Okay. Soft, soft, soft. Okay. Guess we'll play around with a few little sunbursts here and there. Very lightly, and bring the flat side of your brush right to the canvas, straight as you can. Come on down like that. You can pat some of it in there if you would like. You're just gonna bring some down like that. Come across, maybe one a little bit longer, like so. Okay, have some come in this direction like that, right here. Straight as you can, just like that. Up to you. I'm just rubbing in one direction, just like that. Don't need it to be overly pronounced. Okay, if you want to add in a couple of little highlights there where it's kind of touching the water a little bit, you can do that too. Doesn't take too much. Little spots here and there. All right. Okay. Doesn't take too much to really set off your painting, you know, if this is the route you would like to go. Okay. All right. Okay. So we got a little bit of, you know, that stuff happening and going on. Okay. All right. Let's go right to the foreground here. All right. Now, obviously, I can make a pretty nice batch of maroon here. I'm gonna add a touch of black to the maroon. Once again, foundation color. Okay. All right. Let's take this guy. We're going to take the Bob Ross round brush here. All right, foliage brush. And we're going to dip a little bit into the blue. We're going to come here in this little dark patch. We're going to get into the red, mix it in, get that nice deep maroon, and we're going to accentuate that with a little bit of black. And I'm going to bounce it in there pretty decently. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this brush like you do, and we're going to go in one direction. This is acrylic paint. Okay. So just remember that. We're going to use the front edge there. Okay. And we're going to establish a little land mass there. Remember, I'm concentrating more or less on the top parts here. Come on down here like that. It doesn't really matter down below here. Down below is fairly dark. All right, fairly deep down there. Okay, we're gonna get a little bit more. Just get a little more black here, a little more blue, a little more of the red. Put it right in there. Okay, and once again, we'll give it a slight little push. We're gonna come up above here. So we got all sorts of little cutesy things happening. And we're gonna go a little higher here. Nice little push. Darken it right up there. This one I want a little bit higher, like that. And fairly dark down here, kind of solid down below, just like that. Now right now you're just seeing a flat static image here. Okay, just like that. Make it pretty dark down there, much like so. So as we draw back, you get to see what the whole thing's looking like right now. Okay, now also if you notice the colors, okay, kind of melt into each other. Very peaceful, calm type colors that you're looking at here. All right. Okay. Actually, just use number 6 round. This thing seen its battles, as you can see. But this will be perfect for what we're gonna do next. All right. I want come on down here with me. I'm gonna use this yellow ochre. I'm gonna use the phthalo blue. It's gonna give me a nice deep green here. Okay, I'm gonna get a nice batch of it here going. And I'm pouncing the bristle, pouncing it into the bristles. So when I touch, okay, it gives me the little leaf patterns, like so. Okay, so come on up here with me. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. All right, we're gonna have to bring it right over here. Now know where your sunshine is gonna be. All right, so we're gonna just tap in a little bit of color in there. We're not gonna get rid of all that black, and you're not gonna get rid of. See, just a little here. As you can see, just a little dab will do you. All right, make sure you get your treetops in there. Put some down below. Kind of strengthen in. All right. A little heavier. Get some more green. A little heavier. Just like so. Sorry about that. Getting a little more, come on down here, getting a little more ochre. A little more phthalo blue. Tap it in there. All right, come on back up. And a couple of little pieces of love down in here. Just like that. And we're gonna concentrate on the other side since the sunlight's hitting on the other side there. Come on down here. And remember to get those tops of the trees there. And we'll turn the brush around a little bit. All right, right up around in here. Don't want to get rid of some of that sunlight peeking through either. All right, keep that. Just like that. See, just a few touches of dew. You don't have to overly murder your darks. All right, keep some of those darks in there, even if it's got to be up top. All right, because it looks like the forest is just going on back there. Okay, and we get a few more of them in there, right down there to the water line, by the bushes there, just like that. We're gonna get a little bit of white. Did not wipe anything off. I just want a very light green. Okay, very light green, and we're gonna go add typical little highlight, little patches. Now when you add your highlights, don't be so heavy-handed. A few will do. Okay. Come on down there a little bit. Just a few will do. We're gonna move the camera around while we're doing this. Just like that. Twist your brush around a little. Bring some down there. All right. Let's bring it right around. Get a little more titanium white. And with that green, you still want your green color because you don't want this stuff to be confused with snow, and that can easily be done. All right, let's come on around here. We're gonna go in the opposite direction. Little tap of dew. Remember to turn your brush around, add different types of looks to your brush. All right. I'm just dipping into a little more white, a little more of the green. Put plenty on the brush, and it's a very light touch. You kind of want it to stick out there, like that. Okay. And we're gonna move it right on around here. Don't necessarily destroy everything, all your darks and your other greens. Okay, and if you would like, you know, you can add a little bit of this stuff in the bottom too. Actually, I'm gonna just wisp it around. Let me loosen up the paint. Oh yeah, loosen up the paint. I'm just dabbing it in some water. I'm gonna wipe some off on the brush. I don't want it too watery. And we're just gonna streak it along. Streak it along. It's all right. Streak it along a little bit. I think you guys can see what I'm doing here. Streak it along. I think you guys can. Let's here. Let's bring it right here. See this? I think you guys can see it. Horizontal lines, no particular order. Right off the paper there. Just like that. All right, make it as smooth as possible. I can still move my hands around a little bit in it. There we go. Like so. We'll pull the camera back. You guys can still see some of the reflections. If I turn the light off, you guys can see it a little bit better. Let's keep that one on. As you can see. All right. See that? All right, let's pull back a little bit. All right. Now, we'll concentrate on the foreground here. We've got the back pretty much done. Okay. Clean off the water. I think I'm going to dip into a little more titanium white. I'm using the same scraggly brush. I got water on the brush. A little more titanium white here. Use the very tips, and I'm just gonna strengthen up some of those sun rays a little bit. Just like that. Sometimes you only get one pass at doing that, so be careful. All right. Just like that. And maybe just a slight touch of white in there. Just like that. Over here in the corner. Just to help that out a little bit more. There. Of course, we can't forget down below, right? Just a little bit here. I'm just using the very tips of the brush. I want to brighten out that glow. I'm going in the same pattern as the water direction. Keep it as horizontal as you can. Okay. Don't rush it. Very light, extremely light. It doesn't take much. Just like that. Go right through your painting if you must. It's okay. Come on down there. I got a little dark spot that I don't want right in here. Lighten that up a little bit there. Just like so. See how that kind of brightens up things? All right. Okay. Okay, welcome back. We're on the final leg of this thing here. All right. So we're going to concentrate and have a little fun with the foliage here. Okay. As you can see, it's kind of been beaten down a little bit. I'm pretty sure people have plenty of brushes like this. Okay. You come down there and you can take a look at it right there. All right. And what we're going to do is get some highlights on these guys and have a little fun with it. Go right down here. We're going to pounce a little bit of this yellow ochre and phthalo blue. Okay. I'm going to get a little dab of red just to deepen that green a little bit. All you need is a short amount. Okay. I'm going to tip the brush in one direction, stroke in one direction here, turn the brush around, and nice light little taps here and there. Okay. I don't want to make all of the I'm just throwing the brush around. Now if you're a little intimidated doing these things, don't get rid of all of your darks. I can understand that. All right, just vary your pressure. I'll bring some down in here. Okay, just like that. Give it a little push. See what directions, what the patterns look like. I don't want to get rid of, like I say, all of the dark. Okay, get some down here. I don't want to get rid of a lot of the little bits of the water going through. As you can see, the green is a little on the dark side, which is a good thing because it capitalizes on when you put your highlights in. Remember, you can't have effective highlights without good strong dark. Okay, so when you're putting your potential masterpiece together, just keep that in mind. I'm turning the brush around as I'm doing this. Okay, I tend to go through these a little fast. I'm getting some more yellow ochre, a little more phthalo blue, pouncing it into the bristles. Get plenty out so you don't have to really trounce as hard. Okay. Remember, I'm not going to get rid of all the black. Go in circular motion. Move the brush around a little bit. Like that. Much like that. I don't want to get rid of all of the darks in there. I'm going to go into some titanium white. Come on down here. Mixing it in with the green. I'm getting some yellow ochre. Mixing it also in with the green that I have established on my brush. A little more titanium white. Just to brighten it up a little bit. And we're going to play around with some highlights. We'll start right here. And, well, just small little taps of highlights here and there. Like that. You don't need too much of it. Okay. Gather yourself a nice little light source for some of these guys. Okay. I'll turn the brush around. As you can see. All right. move this over a little bit. And we're gonna kind of play around in there and still maintain a nice strong. So you don't want to get rid of your previous color also. Yeah, you guys can see that. I just wanted to make sure. Have some of that trailing that way. Like so. Okay, so you know, give it a good pan through. I'm gonna add some more highlight. But remember, with acrylic paint, as it dries, it gets darker and darker. All right. I'm gonna go into my yellow ochre. Come on over here to the bottom board here. Scrape a little bit of what's left of this titanium white. Put it right in there. Doesn't look like I have too much left. Therefore, I must put a dab of titanium white in here. Keep it down here at the board. Just a little dab will do you, really. Just like that. I won't even need that much. Lighten it up just a little bit there. And we're gonna add even more highlights to this. Come back around here. Just a little bit. Just pepper some around in here. Usually you just want to cap off on the ends a little bit. Have no fear, just dive right on in. Okay. Just like so. We're gonna come around here. You can sneak some down behind other bushes and plants. Some around in here a little bit. Remember to move that brush around. All right, get different interesting little leaf patterns going. Okay, just like that. Keep a lot of it generally pretty dark in there, down below. Tease a bush or two in there, but this is fine. Just a little bit, couple of little fellas in there, just like that. It's just a slight touch upward. Okay, just like that. We're gonna use a round brush. I'm gonna get some. Look down here on the palette here. I'm gonna soak it with water down here. Plenty of water. Can you get some of this nice blue going in there? We're gonna keep it pretty soupy also. We're gonna water up these phthalo blue. I don't have enough red, and that's okay. I will put some in here. We're gonna keep this mixture pretty soupy here. All right. Plenty of it. Make plenty of it. Nice maroon color. Something kind of dark. Now this is a little on the red side, and that's fine. Get a little more of the phthalo blue, even some of that out. This is going to be my way of doing black without using black. This is a preference of mine. This is what I prefer doing. Still keep the paint pretty loose. I am using a number 6 round for this. Now remember, it's conducive to the paint surface I'm working with. All right. Get plenty of it. All right, breadfruit test. All right, we're gonna have some nice long grass popping through here. Okay. Oh, like that. Like that. Cross some over. Put some up there. This is why you need plenty of the color. So we're gonna do all sorts of stuff like that. We'll put some up in here. This is why you would need plenty of it. Okay, you can vary the thickness up to you how you want to do this. I got mine fairly dark. I can always lighten them. Okay, we're gonna come around here. We're gonna put some dangling that way. Just like that. curve them around. You're just wisping. Put some down in here. Put some in the foreground here, like that. We'll have a thin ones come up this way like that, and a couple nice ones right in here. Okay. Let's put some cattails on a few of these guys. Why not? Like that. And maybe one right in here like this. One coming up there like that. All right. Anything to add a little interest to your painting. Use the side of your brush. Okay. Why not? Remember, have fun. All right. Put some smaller ones in there. Dab them around in there like that. So just have fun. Have a good time. Just like that. Okay? So you can see what's going on there. Okay? Okay, we're not done yet. We're almost there though. We're almost there. But we're not done yet. Like I say, we're on the final leg of this, so just having a little fun here. Okay, let's draw the camera back. See how things kind of balance out a little bit. All right. Of course, you know I'm going to put a tree in here, right? And you guys kind of knew that was coming. I know you did. At least I know I did. Okay, we're going to put a tree. We're going to put a tree right up in there. All right. I'm going to use the same wonderfully dark mixture. I don't like wasting paint. So, same dark mixture. Get a little bit of water, loosen up that paint a little bit. This is a very, very strong mixture here. Okay. Bravery test once again. We're going to put a nice little tree right up around here. Put it right in there. 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 You can always go back over it again. Get that little line a little stronger. Give it a little thickness down there too. A little heavier. Like that. Give your tree a little character. Alright? Go right off the tape. Right off the tape. Much like that. Okay? We'll have a branch kind of get thick here and just kind of right off the tape there. That's one guy. Alright? We're going to have one coming right here. Kind of thick, kind of reaching up. He gets thinner as he kind of snakes over and around. Like that. We're going to make him a little darker here. A little body to this guy. It's like that. Just like so. Thin him right out. Alright. He's got to have a little buddy. A little traveling partner. Don't you think? I think. And maybe one guy shooting off the page there like that. Yeah. Something like that. Have him just creeping along a little bit. Come down here with me, guys. I'll get a little bit of this Indian yellow. We're going to mix it in with this titanium white. I'm not going to completely blend it. Let it marble. Just like so. Okay, we'll play around with little highlights and stuff. Okay. And we're going to take Mr. Palette Knife and we're going to just outline this guy a little bit. Just a little bit. Just let him kind of, you know, it's going to catch on some. It's going to miss on others. It's all right. Just like that. You don't have to necessarily press too hard. You know, highlight certain parts here and there. I'm not going to necessarily make this a dead tree. I'll probably put some leaves in here and whatnot. So I'm just kind of going along the path of the branch here. Some of it will catch, some of it will not. Okay. And back down here on the bottom. I can add some nice little, we'll do it around here. Some nice little tree patterns here. It's like that. Come on down with it. Around here and there, a little bit of love. This fella. I'm using the very edge of the palette knife just to get some little motions going with it, little highlights here and there, just like that. Add a little life to this guy. All right, bring some of that around in there a little bit, just like that. I'll get a little bit of this phthalo blue. Come on down here with me. I'll keep the phthalo blue relatively dark. It's for the opposite side of the tree. It's a little bit of texture. Sometimes you'll see it, sometimes you won't. You'll see it more or less if you see it in person, but it is in there. But I still want the dark side of the tree to be the dark side of the tree. All right, that's all I'm doing. Like I say, this is the last part. I'm having a little fun with it. It's like that. Okay, all right. Like I say, we're on the final leg here. I'm going to add some, a little bit of bushes and all that good stuff. I'm going to use more of the phthalo blue. I want to use some of the phthalo blue, the red, and it's the last batch of color. I'm going to put them right here. Phthalo blue. Cad red. Yeah. I want a deeper green here. And we're going to use the yellow ochre. I'm going to use the big brush here, the raw special here. Get a little bit of the ochre in here. Give me a nice deep kind of a green going on here. A little really dark though, because this tree is in front of us here. Okay, and we're gonna play right up in there. We're gonna give it a little bit of love in there like that. I'm gonna pop one up in here like this, right in front of that little sunburst there. Put a little bit of that love up in here, like that. Get a little bit of it in here, trailing around. Come down in front of the other bush maybe, a little bit. Okay, and give a little something down in here, just a little something there. Not necessarily covering, there, like that. Just like so. We're going to utilize this same green. I'm going to use some cad yellow this time. I'm going to put the cad yellow in here with this lighter mix. It's got the titanium white in it. I'm not taking the green off of the brush. All right, and here we go. A little bit of brightness in its life, right from the back end here. Like that, and maybe a little bit in here. A little unusual highlighting style, a little bit on the back end of the brush here, or back end of the leaves. Okay, just like that. Come down here a little bit, and come up above. See a little tap of do-ya. Lovely. A little bit down in here. Not necessarily getting rid of all your darks. Don't do that. All right. I really don't think I need too much more than that. Maybe a little stronger. I'm thinking about a little stronger highlights for the tree here in the front. I'm just thinking about it. Don't necessarily mean I'm going to do it, but I am thinking about it. I really don't think it needs much more than what I have going on here. I can probably pop a few little bushes in here like that, just Just a couple of them, maybe a little something right in there. Okay, not too much, just a little something in there, down in the corner. I think we have ourselves a painting. I really hope that this painting helps you out. If you feel the need or the urge to help a brother out and donate to the cause, on my below this very video, there's a little donate button there in PayPal. If you want to donate 50 cents, $50, it all goes into getting more material and helping you guys out into whatever area you would like to explore. Ironically, I'm making this on the very night that my tutorial, which I'm getting a lot of flag for, is that lighthouse one. I'm pretty sure most of you know which one I'm talking about. That looks like a certain part of the male anatomy. Wasn't intentional, I promise. But I'm gonna pop my name on here. Okay. Now the paint's a little wet, so it's getting a little bit of the color, so a little thicker paint to help that out there. There we go. Even though this is like a little practice piece or whatever, sign your work, very important. Let's take off this tape. That's the most important part, right? So I'm gonna wipe off my hands real good. Draw the camera back a little bit. Let's see what she looks like totally. There. I think I like this with the camera situated this way with the, so you guys see, as long as I'm aware of it, less on my head and more of the painting itself. There you have it. There. All right. Got your reflections, your sunbursts, and a little bit of reflection of the sun. Nice color gradation. You still see the colors in there, even the little bits of yellow. Everything matches. Got the reflection of the trees. So pretty much everything's there. Got your tree here in the extreme foreground right there. Relatively simple painting. Somewhat done in the style of my instructor, Wilson Bickford. Usually he would have some land here, a little bit or whatever. All depends. But I left my little cattails relatively dark silhouetted within all of this greenery. Everything still balances out. You gotta have your little rule of thirds and all that good stuff. So I really hope that this helps you out. It's a rather, I guess the colors are soothing and calming. Okay, a lot of the reds, which turns into oranges, and different shades of yellows, and then the purples for the clouds. Different types of green. This green was blended. It was no green out of the cap. It was yellow ochre with red mixed in with phthalo blue. Okay. And then you just add white for the highlights or the tints and whatnot. Okay. The only thing that I used black was for the tree line here. I believe that was all in this stuff in here, I believe, but I think mainly the tree line back there. So anything dark back there you can see, and down below is really the black. And of course, if you mix yellow with black, it makes shades of green, which is what you see up in here too. So it actually helps you out with the painting. All right, enough of my mumbling and talking. You guys have a very pleasant morning, evening, or night, whatever time you're watching this. If you feel the urge to donate, the donate button's below this video, or it's on the lower right hand side of my banner. Subscribe if you just stumble on. I'm pretty sure I have something for everybody in the batch of videos I have. And tell your friends. With all of that said, you guys have a very safe day, and I shall see you soon. Peace.